Hello and welcome back to the series. EXP here, and I am perched rather precariously because, well, if you couldn't tell from that intro and the fact that it's now gone from behind me, we have started to tear down the World Eater. Now, I collected as many other things as I could, but we're not quite there yet. We're at the halfway point, so I'm going to continue tearing this down, and then we'll discuss what we're doing with the video. The episode this week. You'll have to bear with me. I'm a little bit tired today. Now, we still have the actual explosives and sweepers to remove, but they're going to be a little bit more difficult, so I'm not doing that right now. So we're going to have a quick look at our totals, and this is everything I managed to salvage, which is in total probably about a quarter to a third. Maybe at a push half of what we've actually used. To build it, because I could not be bothered to collect it all. And yeah, so now that we've got a little bit of a clear area, let's think about what we're going to do with our hole. Now, first and foremost, this is going to house. Oh, I really shouldn't record when I'm this tired. Yeah, this is going to house a creeper farm right in the middle with a spider farm next to it, because that's what I need the rates for. And well, I don't need the rates, that's what I want the rates for. And then at the side here along this channel somewhere, maybe a copper and trident farm. Maybe not though, we'll see, because I need the space for that. I could build just a copper farm up in the air, but maybe I want tridents as well. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. But today the plan is very simple. You see this cave here? We're going to hollow it out a bit more and shove ourselves a tree farm in there. And if there's time, a moss farm. And the specific ones we're going to use are ENXL4's tree farm and the Chromos, because they're relatively easy to build and I've built them before. that's the only reason. So I'm going to crack on with a bit of hollowing and I'll catch up with you when that's done. Okay, that's a little bit of caving done. We've got ourselves a little nice nook and cranny here. And we've dug the holes that we're going to need. One up there, one down there, and one up there for these two farms. Now I'm going to go grab the resources and get building. I'm a resource gatherer. Here I am gathering my resources. And I forgot I need an awful lot of pumpkins for this farm. Hello, don't mind me. And then I remembered that there is a tiger village, and they tend to have lots of pumpkins. What do you think of the new shaders anyway? I think they're nice and subtle. I can't remember if I mentioned earlier or not. I should probably check that, but I decided that the shaders I was using, as pretty as they were also very good at masking some of the poor decisions that you can make in building. So I've gone with a much higher render distance, which I found out afterwards, after installing Bobby. Didn't actually do anything for a single player world. And yeah, I'm using the T. Is it called T? Let's check. Where is it? Options, video settings, shader packs. Yep, T version 2, Dev 6. And I do really like them. I also using the better clouds and the more fog options, just to give it that, I don't know, not sepia tone's the wrong word, but just that little bit of haze seems to go a very long way. And these clouds look much better than the vanilla ones. So yeah, that's what we're rocking. And yeah, I'm trying to find a more vanilla-esque looking shape, more vanilla-esque looking game, which I think we managed to do here. We managed to blend the slight shader waviness of the trees, which was customizable. See? All the clouds are waving as well. And mix them together with this effect, and it looks nicer than vanilla, but it is still vanilla, and I am really enjoying this, but it's also a bit of a rant, so yeah, I should probably crack on with this anyway. Well, we've encountered one problem. I've built the farms too close together. Oh, that was silly of me. It's not a major deal. It just means a bit of grinding because I've got to now create an obsidian wall because this water curtain. I mean, it protected the farm. I can't complain there. Like the moss farm's fine, but yeah, um, it's not going to work in its current iteration. So, obsidian curtain time, I guess. There we go. Better. I mean, it's a shame really because it's hiding that farm, but you know, it's protected at least. So that's now a working bone meal farm and tree farm, kind of. It's not self-sufficient. This tree farm isn't, not yet anyway. But with the bone meal farm going, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We now have a way of farming wood, which is going to make things much easier. Now, is there anything else I need to set up? I probably need to set up a propagule farm as well. I think this can be modified for mangrove. You just need a rooted dirt thing, I think. I think that's what you need. This being destroyed doesn't really matter. As long as... yeah, this is protected and that's all that matters. So, yeah. That's the farm built. Farm built? Farms built. Now all I need is the collection systems. So, we have the bone meal over here, which after running it on the server, I know fully well it's going to fill up. It's also going to have the occasional seed, the occasional moss carpet, occasional moss, occasional azalea and flowering azalea. So I'll probably have to set up a filter for bone meal. And it's not a particularly fast farm, so if I just have one set, throwing it all down here into this corner, and then the bone meal itself, I'll have it filtered off over this way. And then this farm over here, its collection is down there, and I'm not going to mess with that just yet. I could add a bone meal dispenser, but I don't think I'm going to be AFKing it that much. Anyway, what do you think of my hole? My hole within my hole. I'm going to have to turn it into a face. I just know I am because it's I don't know whether, is that an eye? Is that an eye or is it a mouth? Let me know down below in the comments. Right, what next? So I've just set up a system so that I don't need to set up a bone meal filling station over here. I've just got an automatic one directly from here. And that's just a dropper into the water stream. It's very, very basic. Yeah, where can we see it? Oh, I've blocked it. No, I've blocked it. But just there, as you can see, there's a dropper. And that is going directly down into a water stream that just pours into here. So when I'm standing here... You right there, mate? Where'd you come from? Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just... He's just chilling. Yeah, so when I'm standing here, I'll automatically collect it, and when it starts to overflow, it'll just go into the storage system. Now, I might do something with this storage system where it's converting the bone meal back around, but generally speaking, I don't think I'm going to be blowing up enough trees where I'm having 6 double chests of drops from them, as well as all the hoppers. I'm still going to tidy up, but yeah. Anyway, and the way this works, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'm looking about too many things at once. It's a simple redstone line with a delay that's locking this hopper. So this hopper's locked to this chest, so as long as it stays locked and we turn this on, then all of the bone meal ends up down here. I added a clock and a water stream up here because when I built this on the Hexacom server, I was having an issue where there was quite a lot of the grass seeds, the leaves, and a few moss blocks themselves just falling out the top and ending up in this system. But I think because this is completely surrounded. It's got literally nowhere else to go. It can't fly off over top. It's just going to sit up here and despawn. Well, it's not appearing anywhere else in the system anyway, so I have got this second hopper as a backup just in case. So if anything ends up in here, then we can revisit that. But, oops. Yeah, that's just a very simple bone meal filter. As you can see, yeah, standard filter. I didn't bother doing the impulse filter simply because I've got one thing going in there. It doesn't matter if the signal leaks. There is no signal. There is nowhere for it to leak to except for this hopper, which then just passes itself back into this, which as long as it is the bone meal, it'll do. So yeah, that's that system now in place. All I need to do now is to decide what to do about this and make it prettier, I think. But yeah, I'm happy with that little circuit. So yeah, that's what that does. That's just in the middle of it as well. It looks more complicated than it is because I've got another dispenser clock here. So that automatically drops. Get rid of this. That automatically drops the bone meal that's sitting in there when it's active. But I've also locked it on this side just so that it doesn't continuously go around, because as you can see with this clock, I do have an overfill of 8. So if I got rid of this torch, I wouldn't see it, but it's just annoying knowing that this clock is constantly running. And I don't know, maybe it's going to cause lag issues somewhere down the line. Probably won't, with how loaded up this area is. It may actually... No, it definitely will at some point, simply because I'm going to have an awful lot of farms in here. And yeah, but that is the clock. Let's just get it a little bit more hidden. Put these back where they need to go. No, I need to remove you, don't I? You can't be there. Can you? I don't think you affect it, but you're not really seen. You need to go there. There. Okay, yeah, that's that bit done. On to tidying up the bone meal farm. No, we've just talked about tidying up the bone meal farm. On to tidying up the tree farm. Turns out it's not a very good farm for mangrove, which is a bit of a problem, but not a major one. Like, it's just one of the woods I can't use on this farm. I tried it. Oh, that's leaf's gone now. Whoops. And yeah, the roots grew into the water, causing new water sources to appear, messing with the collection system, and yeah, the roots just became messy. I could have sworn all you needed to do in order to stop roots growing was use, where is it, muddy mangrove roots, but apparently not. They still grow on that, which was a shame. But yeah, maybe I'll look around online and see what else I can find, see if it's a problem. And I had to build a propagule farm, which I'm going to need in order to... Where have my mangroves gone? It's not important. Anyway, yeah. So all I've done down here is tidy it up a bit, turned most of it into this polished diorite. That lever's still there to get the slightly higher explosion, I think that one is, and the one up there is to push it across one. Yeah, so I had to add another layer here because it nearly blew up my farm. Luckily enough, it didn't blow the actual farm up, but it came close. And yeah, that wouldn't have been fun. But that is where I'm going to leave this little project for now, and we're going to move on to making it somewhat nicer to look at. I might extend this out further just so we've got a nicer view of the farm. I might not. We'll see. Let's see what we come up with. And there we have it. That's much prettier. I pulled this out a little bit further. I've added a few extra things since you last seen it as well. Although I do like this pattern. I'll probably carry on the andesite up against this wall and carry on the diorite up on this side. Don't quite know what to do with the walls and the ceiling yet, but I'm running low on time because I had other projects. One of them being this. Now, as you can see, this farm is as it is. That's just my crap chest. So this turns the farm on now. It's simply just going into this block. It powers these lines. It's the same as before, just rather than it being in the middle, I moved it to the outside of this wall. Now this clever little thing, you know how I had a lever here before to set that circuit off to drop the bone meal into this farm itself? Yep. Well, I've now added this. So I can activate it from all the way down here using the same switch that activates the farm itself by lifting this redstone block up. So if this light is on, then bone meal travels from this farm down to that farm. If this light is off, then it won't. If I turn this on now, we can see eventually the bombs start. This is the tree farm by ENX04. I'll link it down below because it's a fantastic early game tree farm. It doesn't require a lot. And if can I safely go around? Yes. So if I turn this on, you'll see that we start to get bone meal very shortly. Oops, I don't want to be standing here. There it goes. And then if we turn this off, it turns them both off. But yes, it's a very, very good early game farm for infinite, not infinite wood. No, what am I trying to say? Yep, for collecting a lot of wood very quickly. Now, as well as this, I also went ahead and added this little system down here. So as you can see, none of this bone meal made it to these chests. Nope, it's all down here. Why is it not here? Where's all my bone meal gone? Ah, because it's, of course, all gone into you. No. Ah. You? No. You? No. You? No. Where? Where on earth is all my bone meal? Are these locked? By any chance? Ah, it's probably because these are locked. No, just one. Ah, it's all locked in here. Okay, so we've got it figured out. It was a very simple fix, really. I just added a second row of hoppers across here and fed it into this hopper instead of directly into the chest. Doesn't make too much of a difference, but it does mean that this system will now flow freely into here. And so when I then flick this switch, we can see them heading back on their way. Oh, hello, mate. And up they go, and round and back in. Beautiful. If I turn it off, if I need access to bone meal individually, I can have it so it's just here. And I've got access to it there. It's a bit janky getting access to it there, but 9 times out of 10, I'll be standing here just collecting it. And if I'm not collecting it, if I'm full, then it'll just carry on back around to where it began. So I can run these farms in unison. It's not too laggy. It's quite lag friendly, to be honest, at the moment. We'll see if it remains lag friendly as we progress the area. Where's my bed? This area here is where I've been mining out my diorites, hence why I've put a door here. It wasn't initially because I wanted to get to this, but yeah, that is basically this switch. Here is just sending a signal into this piston, pushing this block to power that redstone, which powers both of these at the same time. So that's how we managed to stop this hopper from just going straight into the dropper. Well, I keep looking at the observer when I say that, into this dropper, because this hopper is locked until that is on, which is great. And that, my friends, brings us right around to the end of the episode. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll put the link down to the farms. I'll put the link to the farms down below in the comments. It's late night. I should probably go to bed. Now, I know this one is ENXR4, and this one was by the Archivist, which is a very useful Discord server as well. So those two videos will be linked down below. And yeah, I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.